Hi and welcome to Cooking with Silver and Kailie. And today we're making
Carbonada! Alright, for this recipe you need thick cut bacon. You want it thick cut because we don't want it to be super crispy. And we're going to use the fat of the bacon, bacon grease, and a little bit of the sauce. And then you're going to want at least half a tomato per person and half of an orange or yellow bell pepper. And then you're gonna want 1 egg per person plus 1 extra.
Awesome. You're gonna need Parmesan cheese. So you're gonna need at least a 1/4 cup per egg used, because this is gonna go with making the sauce. There's no cream involved. It's just the eggs and the Parmesan cheese. Then you also want some salt, some black pepper, a little bit of garlic, and this will be added to the bacon when we're cooking the bacon. And the main thing that you want to use, the main type of pasta you want, is just this long strand pasta. So you can use the regular pasta. We like to use angel hair just because it's smaller, lighter, and it cooks faster. So if you're in a rush, you have a large family, you want it to cook pretty fast, angel hair is what I would recommend.
Alright, so if you're going to use angel hair pasta, it says to boil it for we're going to boil it about 5 minutes. You just want to get out the amount of pasta that you think your family is going to use. Silver and I like to break in half. I know some people let it stick out and finish, but this way everything that goes in the water is cooked evenly.
Okay, what we want to do is we want to cut it into small chunks. You don't want it to be too small, just big enough that they don't toast right away.
But they'll shrink once you cook them.
Yeah, everything is gonna kind of shrink once it's cooked, so just cut those into chunks. Okay, and then you put your bacon to cook for a medium heat. In here, then you're gonna add some garlic powder, and then you'll add, once it's a little bit more cooked, you're gonna add the tomato as well as the bell pepper, and then finally we're gonna add the pasta into it.
Alright, so you're going to crack the eggs into a bowl and kind of start whisking them together with your whisk. And then go ahead and add in all the Parmesan. And as you mix it together, you're going to see that it's going to get kind of creamier. Just the egg and cheese mixture. We're going to add in just a little bit extra salt. Just to taste. Parmesan's kind of salty, so just need a little bit. Not too salty. The bacon will have its own kind of salt too, natural salt. And then pepper. When watching a Roman guy make this, he says that Romans really love their pepper. And since this is a Roman Italian dish, we're going to add pepper to taste. And just kind of mix it together until it kind of just is all mixed.
So before transferring the pasta, you want to have your tomato and your bell pepper cooked, along with some garlic powder. I use garlic powder. If you have fresh garlic, hey, go for it. But this will just bring out more of the flavors of the bacon, as well as once the pasta goes in there, it's going to bring out a lot of flavor to it. Alright, now we're going to transfer the pasta into the frying pan. Now you might get a bit of water as I'm transferring it, but that's okay, that's what you want. That's going to help with the sauce. Okay.
Do you stuff it?
No. Look at that, look at that. Awesome. Now I'm gonna just add a little bit of water in there. You want that. Eventually we want to put it down to low. Just keep it on low. You don't want to hear any simmering, you don't want to hear any frying once we put the sauce in. Okay, so I added a little bit more water just to make sure that there was enough to spread some of the oil around, as well as to help with the sauce. And I put it down on low. I'm gonna put it in the sauce that Kailie just made, and we want to stir this in as we're putting it in. We don't want to wait too long. We don't want it to just stay there and cook. Just to avoid making the egg into a scramble inside. We want to make it more into a sauce. So as I put it in, I'm then gonna add a little bit more water. We're just gonna move it around. See how it's becoming like a sauce in there? Let me put that water. Now it's not a Titanic, so we don't want to also like overflow it with water, but just enough so that it becomes more saucy.
And you know, the starch in the pasta water, you want to use the pasta water because the starch will help kind of thicken the sauce.
Great point. Thank you, love.
You just want to keep going until it becomes, the sauce becomes a little bit creamier.
Alright, so as we're seeing it, it's starting to thicken, and this has been already maybe 3 or so minutes. It's starting to thicken. It might take a little bit longer. Once you see it get nice and thick, it's ready to go. You don't need to go any longer. Once it's starting to get more solid in the bottom, then just take it off. Just take it off and start serving it. This is something that you want to eat right away. You don't want it to wait too long. It's something you serve right away. So hey, it didn't take too long to make, so it's perfect. And some people eat it with chicken, some people eat it with shrimp, with steak. You can add anything to this dish. But honestly, just eating it like this is a dish on itself. And there you go, you have your carbonara, so let's dish up. Okay, let's taste this.
Yummy.
Well, thank you for joining us, and I hope that we were able to teach you guys a new dish that is simple enough for you guys to make as it was for us. Alright, well, I'm gonna enjoy my food now. You guys have a good day. Bye. Okay, in this bacon, you want to slice it into strips, into small strips. So you don't want it to be too thick of a cut, but you want them to still be small enough. Alright, now I'm gonna transfer the pasta, our pasta, into the bacon. Now I'm gonna transfer the pasta into the bacon. And you might get some water in there. That's great. You want the water. The water's gonna help with making the sauce.
Frying pan. That's what it is. It's called a frying pan.